background of data science and artificial intelligence. So we all know NLP means natural language processing, but it's not only natural language processing. Here today we are going to learn about neuro linguistic programming. Ma'am gonna guide us throughout it, like how it is helpful for us and how it is going to help us to create a better communication style and win at every day. So before this, I would love to tell something about ma'am to the to everyone present over here. Uh, it's my absolute honor to introduce Professor Dr. Monalisha Mishra. She is currently Additional Deputy Director of Public Relation and Corporate Communication at Regional College of Management, Bhubaneswar. With over 24 academic excellence, Dr. Mishra is a powerhouse in communication and management. Her teaching experience is truly unique. She has mentored everyone from 6-year-old first grade to 70-year-old retired officers from distinguished companies and schools. Her impact has been recognized globally. She is the recipient of the Dynamic Professor of the Year award from GTEA in the year 2019, the Distinguished Professor Award from 2025, and she is the proud crown and title winner of Game of Gems of Orissa pageant. Right, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And she's also like a great researcher with papers published in public medicine and in other journals. And like her core philosophy in every individual is born to rise, shine, and sparkle with when guided with clear roadmap. So this is Dr. Mishra, and I am so excited to host today's session and know so much about NLP because NLP in past also helped me to improve my communication. So it's so wonderful experience going to be. So, ma'am, shall we start, ma'am?
Yes. Thank you so much, Rishabh, for
Thank you,
this
ma'am.
wonderful, warm introduction. And as I have already stated, that I'm very excited to be addressing this session to the people at Kaziranga. And I'm very happy because many of you belong to various parts of this subcontinent, our dear motherland. So, welcome to my session, and uh, let's begin. Before we begin, like what Rishabh has already said, I need to understand because already I have said that this is just not going to be a boring lecture. I want you all to participate. You will understand why I want all your senses to be intact. Because neuro linguistic programming is all about our whole entity, our body, mind, and spirit at the first place. Okay. So when Rishabh says, let's open our camera. Okay. Why did he say that? He said that because he needed all of you to be more uh, attentive or maybe caught attentive. Sorry for that. Well, that is what mostly teachers use to say. Okay. They want you all caught up. Okay. But I have a different plan because I'm talking about NLP. It is Neuro Linguistic Program. Okay. The very word linguistic, okay, it's about language. You know, we say she's a multilinguist. That means, or a bilinguist. She's bilingual, means she can speak more than
Two
one
language.
language. She can speak two languages or more than two languages. Like in case we have parents who come from different geographic regions, okay, they speak their mother tongues, and the child may speak the two languages, okay, the mother language, the mother tongue, the father's mother tongue, okay, and he or she may adapt the language of the state or the country or the province in which he or she is born and raised, okay. Then later she may learn another language to excel as a hobby or professionally one language that is needed professionally in a professional circuit. So a child may become a multilingualist. I'm sure you all will agree. So, when I'm talking about the language, I'm simply not talking about the scripture, the words, and the phrases. I'm talking about the simplest form of language is your own body. Right now, we are exchanging, okay, some communication bond. Okay, the moment the camera is on, okay, the cord is also on. It's just like a Bluetooth. Okay, so, body language, facial expressions, all of these come into the parameter of linguistic frame. Okay, that's the reason why uh, the more the merrier. The more you open up, the more I connect with you, the more you can connect with me, because during this session you will see me speaking, and of course it's very natural. Even if when you are speaking you will have this tendency to move your head, nod your head, use your facial expressions, your brow will go higher like this if you're frowning, and you may squint a little bit. Okay, and you will move the corners of your cheese to give that opinionated smile or anything. Okay, so that is the language that your whole of your body is performing, right? Okay, I will come to the technical PowerPoint in a while. So, today's session, okay, when Atul, thanks to Atul, when he proposed, ma'am, why don't you talk over something that would ignite our minds and make some good of our lives? I said I would be talking about NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming, because I'm an NLP practitioner. I run my sessions on NLP as a practitioner. I have done my PhD, my doctorate in NLP embedded pedagogy. So this area, this subject is very dear to my heart. So I proposed this topic. And trust me, it is just not the academics, it is just not the performance that you are expected out of the college, of your courses, but it is even in your relationships, even in your entity as part of your family, neighborhood, society, the whole world. Okay, you can just bring in about a change. Okay, so that is basically why NLP. Now let me share the screen, Rishabh, and uh, I already have passed the PPT. Do you want me to share the screen, or how do we go about it?
If ma'am, if you can share the screen, that would be perfect so that you can control it and
Yes,
like.
yes, absolutely. Let me,
Okay.
yeah. Um, yes. Is it visible, guys?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today's presentation is all about gearing up excellence with neuro linguistic programming. When I say excellence, I mean it not relatively but truly, because excellence is multidimensional. If you are thinking that I'm talking about excellence in academics, well, you got me wrong there, because excellence is something which should show up in every tiny effort. Okay, efforts in being a great individual, effort in being more connected to your family, effort in being more responsible in your neighborhood, to your state and your country, and to the whole world. Okay, so that is excellence. Okay, it is that magnificent switch that you can plan, okay, as your individual identity. Okay, and definitely we are going to gear up. That's why we are here. And of course, it is through NLP. Okay, so as I said, NLP, and it so very sorry, resonates with the other NLP, that is natural language. processing, right? Natural language
Yes,
programming.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Processing. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
processing. So when you are seeing the presentation and you find the visuals, one visual has the capacity to make you think. Okay, so when you open your Insta account, okay, what happens? It is one algorithm that identifies you, okay, that recognize you with the others, and everything is so virtual, yet it is a virtual reality. That is natural language. Okay, when you open your Facebook, okay, it is what's in your mind. Okay, and you have a space for your emoji, what are you feeling like, and where you are located and all that. Okay, so it is also a network, right? It is called the neural framework. Okay, and how a particular language resonates with the computing world, or how the computing world reflects and resonates human uh, thoughts, human identification of information, right? But here, when we talk about NLP, it is neuro linguistic programming. Why neuro? Because we are made of organs. Like if I say, what is the largest organ of your body? Your answer should be beautiful.
Liver.
Liver.
Skin.
Oh yeah, I heard Harshita because girls are very conscious about their skin, and look, they come with the beauty and the brains. Yes, liver may look like large, but it is the skin starting from our crown, our scalp, to the very toenail. It is stretched all around. So we are multicellular organism. We have multicellular organs, and we have the biggest organ, the largest organ as us, our skin. But also we have a thing called brain, okay, which is made of neurons. So every single activity that we do, every single decision we make happens through this organ called the brain, which consists of cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. Okay. Yes, girls are definitely smarter than the boys, and there's a book, why men don't listen and why women cannot read maps. I will exactly tell you why this book has to be read and followed. Okay, but later towards the end of the session, yeah, I will share all the details. So, when I talk about the brain, I talk about the components of the brain, which consist of neurons. Okay. So, these neurons are like, circuits, small IC circuits, which help connect, okay, the different parts of the brain that are integrated to perform various activities. Like if a mosquito bites you, you may have to slap yourself up. Okay, that's a reflex action, okay, to the stimulus, right? So this is the neuro construct. So we have seen people who unfortunately face accidents, particularly there is a damage in the brain part and the rare part of the head or the skull where the brain is stored, and the medulla oblongata is affected, damaged. So they suffer from absolute memory loss, and with the passing of time they get dementia, Alzheimer's, because the brain capacity is affected. Okay, so from birth, it is even said that before birth also the brain gets activated. Okay, and we follow the commands of our physiological and our anatomical makeup. Okay, so that is the neuro part. Okay, then comes linguistic. As I said, that everything is communicated through a specific language. Even in NLP that you study as computer science students, okay, is your language. It is programming, coding, hacking, algorithm, syntactic framework. So everything is a language. Every single thing is a language. Okay, and human beings recognize this language. Okay, they say the language of love, the language of pedagogy or teaching, the language of science. Then there is the language that only a mother can understand of her baby. Okay, or the baby can also understand about her mother. So everything is about language. Even if you're not speaking, suppose I don't speak, what I did is I just used some non-verbal language.
Language.
Yeah.
Yes.
So imagine the people who cannot speak, who are not blessed by birth to be having the right, or you could say, the oral capacity to speak. There is some damage in the tongue, there is the shorter tongue, and they are incapacitated. They cannot speak. Okay. Still, they communicate. The people who are optically challenged, okay, still they can communicate through their ears. The people who cannot hear, okay, can use their hands for gestures. Okay, so language, linguistic, right? And programming. Why programming? Can anyone just tell me or give me some hint about why programming?
Ma'am, maybe because our brain become very habituated towards that stimulus that we're getting from those languages.
Absolutely, absolutely. Remember the very first day you learned to cycle your bicycle?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was so conscious. It was such a conscious activity. You were told that this is the paddle, this is the handle. The same happens with driving a four-wheeler. Okay, so you consciously know that or learn that there are a set of, there's a brake, there's a clutch, and there's a gear, there's a steering, and you will have to steer. So the first few days or the first few hours are so consciously, like, regulated. So that is the very first day that your program is getting generated. Just like you run your computers. Do you remember any like over your keyboard when you have to type now, whether it is the room is dark or whether you are looking at some other place, and still you can have your fingers typing very subconsciously because you have self programmed yourself. Okay, so programming is something that you do constantly, again and again, and that becomes a part of your entity, right? So when these three gets combined, that means when you are actually directing, regulating, and programming your brain neurons with a specific language to achieve something, that comes into the process of what is known as neuro linguistic programming. Suppose you are giving yourself the command, let me wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And could it be possible? It could be possible because you have to start or initiate the process of giving the brain a command. That is, you will start programming through the neurons, okay, through a specific language. Like, you have the posters in your room, okay. This is the prohibited area, don't enter. Well, on a lighter note, okay. Now, seriously, you do have some motivating posters. Why? Because they take you forward. That is the linguistic, like, the dart which reaches straight to your neurons, and you start setting your patterns. So that is called neuro linguistic programming. Soon you will come to know more about it. We go on to the next slide. Yeah. Why should we talk about NLP? Okay, what does NLP do to us? Okay, because now you understand that it's all about the brain boosting, neuron boosting through language, and it can be programmed. What can be achieved? Okay, so NLP will enable you to enhance your analytical and problem solving skills or mindset. Now, what's a mindset? Like I said, you have to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning. You know, these days is very viral over Insta or Facebook or YouTube. Join the 5 a.m. club. Okay. I remember my dad used to like say that you have to be an early riser even before the sun rises. You wake up, because this is what our shastras, like, you know, Indian, according to the Indian knowledge system, the shastras ask us to wake up and welcome sun god. सूर्य देवता को हमको नहा के उनको वेलकम करना चाहिए. So 5 बजे उठना चाहिए. Okay. Now, but you know, with the circadian cycle that has changed, and रात और दिन में अब कोई फर्क नहीं है. You know, the cuckoo bird which stays close to my residence, you know, is totally mistaken with so much of light around. And in the morning, 3 o'clock or 3 in the morning, that is late 3 in the night. Actually, it coos. Okay. Now everything has gone for a change, right? So when we want to wake up early in the morning, we have to give a certain command. That is a language. Hey, come on, you have to wake up tomorrow. Okay. And that is the feed that we can give to the brain through a specific language. Okay. And if it is continued for 21 days, it seems, you know, it is said that if you do something for 21 days, your biological circadian cycle gets set. Okay. But there is also another circadian cycle that is very popular, snooze. 5 a.m. का अलार्म तो लगाया, बट हमारे दिमाग ने हमको बोला चलो थोड़ा और, you know, 7 minutes का snooze दे देते हैं, उसके बाद उठ जाएंगे, फिर again 7 minutes and again उठ जाएंगे. Okay, so this is really what happens. But you can really make a difference if you actually start commanding your brain. So enhancing analytical and problem solving mindset definitely can happen if you have the grip over your command. That is what programming you are planning for your brain. Okay, how you are doing it. Okay, and the whole of it, the whole neuro linguistic programming. It will definitely boost your communication and teamwork, because communication starts with your own self. Do you know that there is something called interpersonal communication?
Yes, ma'am.
So
There is.
we all do that. We all talk with each other. Okay. I'm not able to. Okay. 7 minutes was all right. Yes. It is said that 7 seconds make the first impression, and 7 minutes, the holy 7 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm saying that 7 minutes because I am also doing the holy thing sometimes.
Ma'am, I have a question about number seven. Is there anything related to the number seven? Because a lot of things in this universe I have seen that is intertwined with the number seven as well. Because it
That, yeah, that comes under the context of like, you know, numerology.
numerology.
In the world of numerology, seven is considered a very holy and a divine
Okay.
number. Like in Indian like scriptures, you will find seven very divinely encrypted, and you will find that any mantra, it has a seven multiples. So you start any Gayatri mantra for 7 times, then you do it for 14 times, and you do the ultimate one for 21 times.
21 times.
So yeah, and it is said that for 21 days, if you continue something, you end up really achieving that what you have been pining for. Okay, so seven, definitely yes, according to numerology, it's very, very lucky, very auspicious, and a very like fruitful number, right?
Definitely, ma'am.
Yeah, I was talking about interpersonal communication.
Yes.
Just like, you know, next door conversation happens interpersonal. The moment I have somebody else with me, it becomes like inter-school call, inter-school contest, inter-school festival. Okay, but have you heard something as intrapersonal communication?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that is something that happens to you yourself. Like me, myself, when I start talking to myself, technically, in the world of NLP, it is called auto suggestion. Auto suggestion means you're talking to yourself. Okay, you are doing a soliloquy in literature, in the world of literature, when there is a play is getting staged on a stage, when it is getting played, sometimes the characters moves away from the audience and says something to himself or herself. Okay, self talk, yes, you're right, self talk pile. Yeah, now that, the audience gets to know because it's a drama, but that thing is called the self talk or the auto suggestion. That is intrapersonal. We are going to towards ourselves. Okay, so that can be boosted very much with NLP these days. With such a very busy schedule, it's very difficult that we have time for ourselves, and NLP will teach you how to take control of yourself, to be more of yourself, to communicate with yourself. Okay, and once when you have started communicating with yourself, you can be the best ever team player, because you understand yourself so much. Okay, that you start giving importance to others, because you know that that person might have feelings, emotions, because you have just made a self study of yourself. Okay, so NLP will teach you that, and it builds confidence for placements and interviews. Okay, now this is something which is very handy, right? Everybody is after the placements and interviews, because it is a part of your academic success, also your personal accomplishment. Okay, although it is really the not the stuff. Okay, actually life begins, okay, after you have made through the placement and the interviews, but people think it is the end of the world to get a placement or interview. But at this stage, definitely you must be very keen, and you must be very much oriented to get through that placement and interviews to get a job. So, should we go ahead? Moving ahead. Let me take you to the origin of this amazing concept. This was NLP was a term that came together from two friends. Actually, they were the two different exponents in different areas. Okay, Sir Richard Bandler and John Grinder. They were the founders and the co-founders. Okay, so John Grinder was, you could say, a trainer, motivator, and Richard Bandler was a mathematician. Okay, so like interestingly, they had some commonality to work in a certain project, and when they came, it just popped up from coffee time, like from their mug of coffees. This thing came into the picture because Richard Bandler was studying syntactic, computational linguistics. Okay, so linguistics is a part of, like, psycholinguistics, or it is a part of language studies. Okay, and in linguistics we have something called as computational linguistics, where you actually measure, what kind of formation of linguistic patterns can be done. And they just were discussing something, theory of computation, yes, computation. Okay, syntax errors, these actually emerge from the language studies or the linguistic studies. Now they were the two people who thought very differently, and they thought, why not we unite certain disciplines together. So already neuroscience was emerging. Okay, science of positivity, science of doing something to accomplish, quantum physics was actually emerging. What they did, they just brought this to a synergistic application. Okay, so they brought quantum physics, which is the science of achievement, and they brought language, that is linguistics, and they brought the new syntax definition. All right. Yeah. So those were the two profoundly intelligent co-founders. Sorry. Yeah. You can always later explore them. Understand neuro linguistic programming. So we are understanding the brainware, we are understanding the nuts and bolts which go into the making of, like, see, tell me what you understand by your brain and what you understand by your mind. Just a little offshoot discussion. Do you think they are the same?
No.
Not in the least. Not in the least. One is a biological entity. Okay, you may go brain dead. I'm sorry, God forbid. You may go brain dead, and hospitals will preserve your organ. Okay, that's a physical entity, brain. Then what's mind? Can
Ma'am,
you? Yeah,
ma'am, I think mind is the identity that we carry within themselves and we associate with ourselves. That is mind, and the brain is the physical and the real object or the organ, which is brain, and the mind is the identity or the entity which we carry in our mind. It's also very connected to our ego as well.
yeah, correct. Mind is something abstract.
Exactly.
You cannot actually hold mind, but you can hold the brain in your hands, in your palms. Okay. So mind is something which is just like a cloud. We say cloud computing. Can you see the cloud? Can you see all the data, big data? No. Okay. But we can see, we can run the programs. They are the physical entity. Okay. So why do we say that a person becomes brain dead is because the organ fails. Okay, the organ gets disconnected from the rest of the body. Okay, let's say the spinal cord. Okay, and there's a damage. So with old age comes dementia, where certain parts of the brain, they become functionless, non-functional. Okay, so you have to understand that brain is the entity that needs to be healthy. That's why, stress, it is said that stress is the major reason that pushes people to take a negative step, or let's say something that is not meant for their positive living or positive way of life. Okay, now brain encounters what is known as stress patterns. Okay, so we have to understand how our brain functions and what impact it may create. This is what I've already covered. Just some key words that will help you to understand it better is like neuro linguistic programming is a psychological approach. Yes, why psychological? Because we have to understand that we have something called a mind also. Okay, so see, when it is psychological, it is mind. When it is neurological, it is brain. Have you ever heard that there is a neurosurgeon? If there is a brain damage, who will repair it? The neurosurgeon. So the neurosurgeon has got the authority to open brain surgery. Okay, and who will do the open surgery of a mind? A psychiatrist,
Psychiatrist.
a clinical psychologist. Okay, suppose I say that वहां पे कोई खड़ा है, मुझे दिख रहा है. Okay, so I have my fear psychosis. Who will cure that? Not a neurologist. The neurologist at this point of time is not ripping up your brain just because you are seeing an illusion, hallucination. But a psychologist or clinical psychologist or a psychiatrist can help understand what is going inside your mind. Okay, please be very clear about this distinction, because later this is going to help you. Okay, that's why the keywords are very important. So psychological approach, we all play mental games, we use psychology. याद है वो बचपन का किस्सा, जब आप छोटे छोटे काम करते थे शरारती भरे एंड आप पकड़े जाते थे, फिर इंस्टेंटली आपको ना आइडिया आ जाता था कि कैसे मुझे ना थोड़ा सा ब्लैकमेल करना है अपने मॉम को, एंड यू नो डैड को कैसे झूठ बोलना है, एंड कैसे मूवी देखने जाएंगे, एंड क्या क्या बहाना बनाएंगे. दैट्स अ साइकोलॉजी. Okay, we have what is known as the best of the mind. Okay, an amazing
Manipulation.
manipulation. Yeah, there's a book, please read it if possible. Games people play, har koi games
Exactly.
khelta hai. Yes. Okay, so I'll give you the list of the books that can really bring about a change in your perspective. Okay, so some more keywords as you can see here is how people think. Okay, thinking, okay, is a brain activity. At the same time it is a psychological activity. Okay, then we also have, when we have neuro, these keywords are thoughts and memories and emotions. हम लोग सब emotional बंदे हैं. We undergo what is known as sensory experiences. Do you remember your school, the first time you went to school, you as a kid, in the nursery, in the creche, in the play area, okay, as a play school goer? Do you remember? आपको अभी भी शायद याद होगा कि वो टिफिन जब खुलता था एक खुशबू आती थी. Yeah, oranges and bananas, and अभी भी वो खुशबू, आप कोई भी किंडर गार्डन चले जाइए, वो खुशबू जब भी आपके नॉस्ट्रल्स तक पहुंचेंगे आपको अपना बचपन याद आ जाएगा. Okay, and whenever you see the children's park with the slides, the swing and the merry-go-round horses, आपको अपना बचपन याद आ जाएगा क्योंकि विजुअली आपने कुछ कनेक्ट किया. Okay, so your senses are actually getting activated. Your neurosenses are getting fired up. Okay, so you are programmed and you get reprogrammed. Okay, and yes, how we interact with others and how we create our neural patterns, our verbal patterns, that is about linguistic approach and programming. Over the years वही सेम चीजें हम लोग बोलते आ रहे हैं. मुझे डर लग रहा है, मैं वहां नहीं जा सकती, मैं इतनी ऊंचाई तक नहीं जाऊंगा, मेरे से पढ़ाई नहीं होगी. So these are the programming things. We have programmed our mind. नहीं यार मेरे से नहीं होगा, एक बार करके देख ले, नहीं 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 मेरे से नहीं होगा. Okay, so that thing, these are the keywords. Okay, so it will be easy now to explore the techniques that we can explore every day, because programming है ना every day. अच्छा, आप सबको हनुमान चालीसा याद होगा. जब डर जाते
Yes,
हैं,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
एक्सट्रीमली fearful केसेस में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, अंधेरे से डर लगता है, कहीं जाने से डर लगता है, भूत प्रेत का डर लगता है अगर वो लोग होते हैं, समथिंग लाइक दैट. सो हनुमान चालीसा हर किसी को याद रह जाता है, या फिर कोई दूसरे रिलीजन में कोई एक ऐसा चीज होता है जिसको हम लोग याद करते हैं, डर के मारे उसको मटर करते हैं. या एवरीवन इज विथ मी?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर नाम सुनावे. यस, तो एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. हर कोई बच्चा बूढ़ा जवान ये करता है. यू नो व्हाई, एंड ये कैसे हुआ एंड
Ma'am,
कब तक हुआ? या
ma'am, I think because हमें बचपन से ये स्टिमुलस दिया गया है, that's why our brain is programmed right now कि जब भी हमें वो स्टिमुलस, fear of stimulus मिलती है, we started doing this.
it's a reflex. But हुआ
Yes.
कैसे? मतलब do you remember the very first time you read Hanuman Chalisa? I'm sure no one will. Of course, exceptions are there.
No,
Okay,
ma'am, I don't remember.
that's because ये बहुत early हमको बताया गया था when we were kiddies. Okay, and रोज शाम को या सुबह हम लोगों को बोला जाता था, we have literally fed ourselves with this hymn or whatever. In any religion there will be a particular a part of the scripture that we were told to hymn or hum and mutter and say it silently, so that we are just in a comfort zone. So that is a programming. Okay, I really do not remember that particular day जब मैंने consciously हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ा था. No, it was just there every day, but I used to do that. So हर किसी के साथ ऐसा ही होता है, right? So let's explore and the very techniques that we can go ahead with. Very key skills, key NLP skills. They are anchoring, reframing, rapport building and visualization. पहले anchoring के बारे में बात करते हैं. You know, हनुमान जी क्या कैरी करते थे? गदा.
Gada, mace man.
गदा,
या अर्जुन क्या कैरी करते थे?
धनुष,
धनुष,
ओके. रावण क्या कैरी करते थे?
चंद्रहास खड़ग, तलवार. एक प्रकार की तलवार थी जिसका नाम था चंद्रहास खड़ग.
उनका फेवरेट था उनका पुष्प विमान. जब भी वो पुष्प विमान में जाते थे उनका अलग फॉर्म होता था, राइट? झांसी रानी ऑफ झांसी, वो क्या कैरी करती थी? अपना तलवार. ओके. महाराणा प्रताप अपना तलवार. So you will find that great heroes and, like, you know, here I'm not saying heroine because abhi gender is a big concern. So girls and women were also heroes. Okay.
Everyone is a hero now. Equality.
Sorry?
Everyone is hero. Equality is good.
Yeah, no, the expression has gone, the gender treatment. So these days we do not say heroine anymore. These days we don't say actress, we say actor. Kareena Kapoor is a good actor, whether she is or not. Okay?
Yes,
she is. No offense meant. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that every heroic character in our mythology or any scripture has had his or her own anchor. वो एक चीज जिससे उनको ताकत मिलती थी. Okay, and when Krishna was young, okay, he used to have his flute to allure Radha. The same Krishna, when he went to the battlefield, gave up his flute and had a new anchor, Sudarshan Chakra. Yeah. Now, what is that anchor? Anchor is anything, any substance, any object, any idea. Suppose you don't want any physical thing. You have one idea. Okay? जैसे कि whenever you want to do anything very important, you just recite a prayer. Now, that is your anchor. You must have felt that you feel the lucky charm of a particular picture of your mom, dad, which is kept in your wallet. That gives you the strength. And if you also are lucky enough to have the photograph of your sweetheart, and you just take a glance at it, oh my God, the day is done. That's an anchor. It gives you instant boosting and confidence. And you are the supreme person to decide what is going to be your anchor. So what you are doing, you are giving the brain your command that, hey, this thing is going to just make my day, right? So I'm going to use my gada. जब भी भीम और हनुमान जी अपना गदा को लेके ऐसे करते थे, उनमें एक mighty power enter कर जाता था. So they were the initial users of NLP. And NLP is not something very modern. We as Indians, we have used it in a different way. We did not just have Bandler and Grinder at that time to term it like this, but yes, it was a very primitive practice. Okay. So let's understand what is reframing, positive perspective. You know, Hanuman ji, थोड़ा सा IKS में आज दे रही हूँ examples. I'm very fond of IKS. I also teach IKS, Indian knowledge system, and some images are there. So positive perspective. You know, Hanumanji, when he was a child, since childhood, he had to conquer a lot of problems. Every day was a testing battle for him. Every day. बचपन में जस्ट बहुत छोटे थे तो सूरज निकल गए एक्सीडेंटली. किसी ने उनको बोल दिया, नारद मुनि जो थे ना, वो बड़े शैतान थे, वो आई मीन शरारती थे वो, सॉरी. उन्होंने बोल दिया, अरे ये एप्पल खाने से क्या होगा, तुम्हारी भूख इससे मिटेगी, वो जो ऊपर देख रहे हो ना वो लाल फल, उसको खा लो. दैट वाज सूरज, सन गॉड. एंड ये गए उड़ के उसको निगल लिए. ओके, सो ही हैड टू कम आउट ऑफ दैट पेन एंड स्ट्रगल. ओके, so many adversities Hanumanji had faced. Okay, in all religions, okay, there has been one hero, there has been a protagonist who has faced lots and lots of troubles. You remember Sindbad the sailor? Yeah. And even Harry Potter for that matter. Okay, and any central figure you will find goes through a lot of challenges. But वो क्या करते हैं, reframing करते हैं, अपना देखने का नजरिया बदल देते हैं, and they just change the whole perspective by giving it a swish, okay, giving it a twirl, and they bring about a positive perspective. just same चीज को वो positively and proactively placement दे देते हैं. That's the reason. Yeah, main character syndrome. Yeah, you can position that. Okay, yes, definitely. So this is what is known as reframing. So when you change your lenses, okay, things change. The far distant objective or object comes very clear, sharper. So this is reframing. You know, lens cart bhi yahi technique use karta hai, and I'm a lens cart user. So change the frame.
Yes,
The world will look beautiful. Okay. And rapport, very important. Abhi maine bola ki intrapersonal, there is something called intrapersonal communication. अपने से दोस्ती कौन निभाता है? जय और वीरू की दोस्ती सबने सुना है. Okay, we have had learned in history there have been great friendships, and Akbar Birbal bhi dost the, and Krishna Sudama ji dost the. But अपने आप से कौन दोस्ती करता है? Okay, have you tried to see that there is one person inside you? Have you taken that person to consideration? And once you are good friends to yourself, you become amazing friend to most of the people. So what is rapport? Rapport is having the nice kind of, like, you know, interactive quotient. इसको chemistry भी बोलते हैं, but chemistry थोड़े different context में बोला जाता है when it is about the opposite gender. Okay, we say na, the stars and the co-stars, they have like, you know, abhi we lost late Dharmendra ji, so he was a dream boy and Hema ji was a dream girl, so they had that awesome chemistry. Okay, so what is that? It's a rapport. Okay, why is it that sometimes there are many besties, but one particular bestie is always there with you, standing throughout the storms and giving you that mental support and just being there throughout? Okay, rapport. Why do some father and son, you could say, relationship just shine and sparkle, whereas some father and son never make it? घर में झगड़ा होता है, no understanding, generation gap आ जाता है, and you see why grandparents are so fond of grandchildren and vice versa, because बीच में उनका दुश्मन है दोनों generation से. That's because somewhere rapport is missing. So rapport is understanding the other person and being empathetic about that person. Okay, so that's a bit technical, we'll come to that. And of course, one major NLP skill is visualization, which is very important because you all are going to be the tremendous leaders of the new generation, the new times to come. okay, the new world. So your visualization, how you're able to see the best, the opportunity, you're very goal oriented, you have the clarity of vision, you have a strong mission. So NLP gives you that visualization feed. Okay. I'll run a bit quickly because I think how much time do I have actually? I don't know. I just hope people will not yawn and sleep because it is that time of the day when you would retire. Okay, but being Kaziranga, I think the day starts right now.
Yes, ma'am,
I,
the session is going very interesting. I don't think so anyone's going to sleep, and everyone is so actually like hooked to the meet. So everyone is listening, and
Yeah, I
I'm
can
everyone.
see the thumbs
Yeah,
ups and hearts, and I'm all catching them, all of
yeah,
them. But yes, I will try to wrap it up because I do also have other commitments. Frankly
yes, ma'am.
speaking.
Yes, ma'am. We know,
All
ma'am.
right, all right. So I'll go quickly. So we come to certain models, okay, of NLP because it is a science. It is also called as a pseudoscience. Why pseudoscience? Because acceptance of science leads to some, you could say, practicing features and all. Pseudoscience because it has to be believed, it has to be respected, only then this will fall into practice. You know, वैसा होता है ना कि ये मंत्र जाप करो तो आपको मिलेगा, तो मंत्र के ऊपर फेथ होना चाहिए. It's more of that. Okay, so okay, I see your hand. You can unmute and you can put up the query, but I was thinking just let me go with the flow and we will have a tremendous Q&A following up. Will that be okay? So that I just don't get distracted. But yes, I'm going to stop by and I'm going to take all of your questions. Okay. All right. So this is what the communication model is like. And trust me, once you have started to understand this framework, you will really feel that you are on the way. You are there to trigger the NLP element, and things will start taking the. I mean, you will have a better control over the things. Okay, so see, this is a human brain. Okay, and you will find we, okay, having our brain intact, we are subjected to or exposed to what is known as an external event. You know, everything that happens around us, particularly these external events get filtered. जैसे हम लोग filter use करते हैं ना, exactly like that our external events, whether it is a relationship, whether it is professionalism, whether it is parenthood, or whether it is any challenge, whether it is a society, even entertainment for that matter, it will pass through the five sense organs, which we call in NLP as VACOG: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, okay, gustatory, okay, even taste. I gave you the example when you get the sniff of a particular food and you get reminded of that particular nice moment. Okay, so what happened, your filters through these five sense organs is generating some idea. Okay, you will generalize something, you will distort something, and sometimes you delete also something. That information which you are not interested, that information which is not going to have any effect on you, you are going to delete it altogether. And some information you will reshape it, shape it, give it a distorting like, you know, figure. These will be broken into the chunks. Okay, and this will create the representation system, and it will come to shape through your physiology, through your behavior. That means in a day you are experiencing this cycle. So every situation is like that event which comes to you through the five sensory organs. It gets filtered, it gets generalized, distorted, deleted, and then the representation system is formed. Then there is a mental state, it is known as state. that particular state where you are thinking of something, then your body is acting as per the state. Are you emotional because you sniffed something? Are you frustrated because that particular taste you got? So it is reacting over your body, and then it is getting converted through that particular behavior. All right, zyada ho gaya? It is
No,
a
ma'am.
very natural process. Actually, this is what happens every day, every second to us. Only that we have never looked at this like this. Okay, so how is this decoded? I mean, this process, if we take a microscopic view, how NLP inside the brain is happening, that microscopic view will give us these patterns. We have something called as presuppositions of NLP. Okay, now it says that every behavior has a positive information. That is why NLP is considered as one of the most amazing sciences of, you could say, success science, because there is so much of positivity in it. The presupposition says every behavior has, this is a presupposition of NLP. Okay, every behavior has a positive intention. उसने मुझे थप्पड़ मारा, मे बी कुछ रीजन है इसलिए मारा. ओके, एंड बिना कोई रीजन अगर उसने मारा, तो मैं उस थप्पड़ के मारने से क्या बनूंगा या बनूंगी? I may undergo shame at that point of time. I may undergo what is known as, let's say, a feeling that provokes me to give another slap, but something is going to happen. Why not the positive thing? ओके, याद है हमारे फादर ऑफ द नेशन महात्मा गांधी, उनका ही एग्जाम्पल बार बार दिया जाता है कि एक थप्पड़ कोई मारता है तो दूसरा गाल दिखाता हूं, बट नो, not this example. The example when he was thrown out of the train in South Africa, where it was written that Indians and dogs are not allowed. What he did on this behavior, he took the decision that one day he is going to throw the British out of the country, and he did it. वो थप्पड़ वाला भूल जाओ, अब बहुत ज्यादा कंट्रोवर्शियल हो रहा है वो. ओके, but this worked. This presupposition worked. Okay, so determination, positivity. Okay, people respond according to their internal maps. Yes, the map is not the territory. इसके ऊपर मैं आ रही हूँ. Okay, people respond according to their internal maps. You know that picture, see this, whatever our environment is giving us, the daily dose of our environment is getting filtered, and some representational system is formed. So people will definitely respond to what their representation system has already read, what it is deciphered, what it is computed as. Okay, and yes, there is no failure, only feedback. This is the positive way of looking at things. This is what the NLP presupposition says, that there cannot be failure, always a lesson. Okay, if you fail 9,999 times on the 10,000 effort, you are successful. Who was that? Albert Einstein, I guess. Okay, one of the very
Ma'am, it's Thomas Alva Edison.
Sorry, Thomas Alva Edison. Thank you, Atul. Thank you. So 9,999, and that one last effort. And people exactly stop at 9,999 and don't give that one, effort, least of the effort. Okay, so there is no failure. So if Edison would have stopped at 9,999, he would have failed literally, but he made way through the feedback. Okay, and certainly the map is not the territory. Now what is this? We all have studied geography, we have studied contouring, we have studied how maps are placed, designed in an atlas on a globe. Like I have on my study station, I have something. Can you see this? It's a globe. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now if you see this globe, you will find Maps. Okay. Now maps, are they the real territory? We have studied geography. Are they the real territory? No. They are the construct.
They are imaginary lines on the
Their
so that
image, yes, their imaginary perspective of a particular physical stretch of geography. Okay.
for
Now,
political reasons.
yes. So, what we understand from our perspective may not be true. Okay. Now, that is what NLP and the world of NLP believes in. And you see the globe here, and you see a globe here. Okay, some very important presuppositions. Okay, why a globe? Because throughout the world there are certain universal belief systems, belief patterns. Okay, and you can just read them because I have to wrap up a little early. Okay, so these are some more presuppositions which you can enact upon. Look at the last one. Behind every, I'll just this because this is getting a bit yeah, behind every behavior there is a positive intention. Now what is this? NLP and the world of NLP says that if somebody has come up with a particular behavior, he or she is subjected to how this process has traveled, the external information has traveled through the mind, got filtered here, become a representation system, entered the state, emotional state, and is being exhibited by the physiological behavior. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Okay. And the meaning of your communication is the response you get. How you're generating the response is more important than the response itself. Okay. So if what you're doing is not working, do something else. So these are some of the magical, you could say, formulas, mantras. Okay, actually NLP presuppositions, and these are the magnetic sciences that work. Okay, quickly let me go over to this one. This is how the process of anchoring, you know, the jo gada dhanush ke bare mein main bol rahi thi. So this is how it works. You see the anchor. You know, let me show you something interesting. I don't know if you would find this interesting. I have, since I have been a scholar of NLP, I'm a practitioner. I have, can you see this? I have an anchor tattooed. Okay, so this is a tattoo of mine. It is an anchor chained with roses. So when I was studying PhD, I was doing my doctorate on NLP. I wanted an anchor, और मैंने सोचा कि मैं ये PhD खत्म करके रहूंगी. बीच में give up वाला situation आ गया था. So many issues and challenges, it was very struggling. So I made this anchor. ये मैंने सोचा कि anchor के बारे में पढ़ाई तो कर रही हूँ, इसको टैटू ही बना लेती हूँ. रोज इसको देखती थी एंड पढ़ने बैठती थी. I used to study more than 18 hours apart from my job. Yeah, I used to work for 9 hours in the office, again 8 to 9 hours to complete my PhD, and this was my thrust, this was my anchor. Okay, definitely it was an impulse, it was a trigger, and it causes a very specific you can say reaction, response, a code. Actually it creates a code, okay, mental code, okay, that helps you to bring the thing up. It is a neurological push, it is a neurological attraction, or you know what the anchor does, it actually hooks, okay, the ship to the harbor. So कोई भी चीज को अगर आप पाना चाहते हैं, so what you do is you create that anchor. Okay, write it somewhere, paste it somewhere. Your favorite doll, your favorite toy. ऐसा नहीं कि बड़े हो गए हैं तो toy को भी नहीं कर सकते हैं. Anything, any mantra. I said the photo of your very beloved mom, dad. So anything can become the anchor of your life. It has to give you that impetus. Okay, that stimulus that will create the neurological bang. Okay, and you can achieve something very amazing. Yeah, so it is creating a link between physical action and emotional state. You want to achieve something, usko दीवार पे लिख दो, कहीं पे like कर दो, tattoo कर दो. Okay, so it depends on what exactly you want to anchor. What is the state you want to anchor and how you want to anchor it. So before presentation, you can press a thumb and index finger, okay, and you can bring it close to your cheek, or you can do something. You can just do this, okay. There is one more tactic. We say swish, swish, and then the pain vanishes. Okay, but uske liye practice chahiye, and uske liye एक अच्छा सलाहकार चाहिए मेरी तरह. Or you can take any professional NLP practitioner available in the market. Okay, and then we go on. Okay, what you can do is you can practice by thinking of an emotion you want to feel very intensely. You can make a silent prayer. You can close your eyes and think of that moment of how you are feeling regarding that emotion. And you can do certain external activity that will highlight that particular state or the emotion. And then you can create the effect. Okay. Moving ahead to another NLP skill, that is cognitive reframing. Just see the two pictures. Do you find a difference? The same person. Only the frame is changed like lens card. Okay? That means you can turn this cringy face to a very pleasant face only if you consider a reframing. That means you are just changing the perspective, you're just changing the lens. Okay, and it is based on the principle that meaning is shaped by your perspective. देखने का नजरिया अगर change करते हैं, okay, आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. Somebody told me that A, B, C, D, anybody can dance. I said, no, only a dancer can dance. And then, who is that? Lawrence? I'm
Terence.
sorry. Yeah, ABCD में जो आते हैं ना, मैं भूल जा रही हूँ. I'm getting a bit older. I'm forgetting.
Ramon D'Souza.
Not Terence, and the other one. Lawrence? No. I'm forgetting. The one who has directed ABCD. Anybody can dance.
Prabhudeva.
Prabhudeva? No.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Prabhudeva.
Okay, there you got it. Okay, guys.
Raghav Lawrence.
Sorry?
Raghav Lawrence.
Not Lawrence. Then Prabhudeva.
Prabhudeva.
Prabhudeva, yes. And he totally recreated history, recreated the concept that anybody can dance. Oh, it's a skill, it can be learned. Okay, of course there is something called as an inborn talent, but then it is so technical these days to make certain moves. And मैंने खुद देखा है कि despite me being a classical dancer, but when I started to learn contemporary and modern dance, certain moves were not able, I was not able to make, but then I learned it. That means I just changed my perspective of looking at the things. Okay, so that is reframing. Actually, I wanted to show some videos. Let me finish this and I'll show you, and we will end the session with that. Coming to a very, very crucial, actually this is very crucial part of NLP technique, that is mirroring, matching, pacing and leading. Mirroring and matching are like the techniques where two people can become very comfortable. They can rely on somebody. Okay, they can totally trust that person. How will it happen? Whom do you trust the most in your life? Somebody who is very special, somebody who's very own. It starts with the person who's very own. For example, mothers. Even boys are said to be, mothers are said to be the confidants of boys, girls, both. सन हो या डॉटर, मॉम के साथ जितना एक लड़की और लड़का भी कन्फाइड कर सकता है, डैड के साथ थोड़ा करने में हिचक होती है. आई मीन दिस इज अ जनरलाइजेशन, generic idea. Okay, because mom is more trustworthy. Okay, according to some, not perhaps. Well, it depends, but yes, because what mom does, she understands and she tries to bring us to her mirroring part. Okay, then later in your life partner, she becomes a mirror, or he becomes a mirror agent. Okay, have you seen the series of Steve? You know, there is this a rendezvous session. It's a reality show. There's a gentleman called Steve. Okay, he's a popular host of a program of his own series. He's a very elderly, respected person who he chit chats with children. Have you seen? Even toddlers, 3 years, 4 years के छोटे छोटे बच्चों के साथ वो ना reality show करते हैं. And the kind of amazing connection he builds with these kids, okay, by asking them funny questions, and the children, they are so comfortable, they also become very friendly. Okay, so in order to be a very great TV host, and you could say podcast host, you need to have that quality. Okay, mirroring, because you're talking to strangers. ओके, पॉडकास्टर्स जो होते हैं वो स्ट्रेंजर्स ही होते हैं ना, गेस्ट तो उनके इसमें आते हैं, भले ही वो जानते हैं एक दूसरे को, बट दे हैव दिस strange capacity to do the mirroring in such a way they understand, they study the body language, and they start behaving like the same person sitting opposite to you. Okay, that is also known as matching, where you match certain features. जैसे आप डेट पे जाते हो, आपका डेट ऐसे बैठता है तो आप भी ऐसे बैठते हो, है ना, आपका डेट ऐसे करता है, आप भी थोड़े टाइम के लिए ऐसे कर लेते हो. So that is the matching. Okay, you must have seen parents taking up this, and sometimes when you are in a very let's say lovable moment with even your siblings, so जैसा siblings करता है, बिडू क्या हाल है, आप भी ऐसे बैठो, आपका भाई बोल रहा है बिडू, एंड यू आर सेइंग हाँ बोल, ऐसा तो नहीं होता है ना, थोड़ा लाइक यू नो मैचिंग होता है ना, थोड़ा मैचिंग होता है. सो दैट इज क्रिएटिंग द मैचिंग quotient. Pacing and leading is a very like you could say vital part of leadership, where you take the first steps of being a leader. Like you know, when somebody is not opening up, थोड़े conserved रहते हैं, reserved रहते हैं, what you do is you make the person feel very comfortable, ask questions, break them up and open them up, and you take the lead. Okay, so that is known as pacing and leading, right? Moving ahead, yes. So mirroring can happen through the right tone and the posture. Best example is Steve. And matching a friend's speaking style to build the trust, that also happens with in your family, I said. So this is how matching can be done. And it is very useful in teamwork, leadership, for the reasons you know why. Now you know the reasons, right? So you can see the examples. It is also seen that sometimes, as I said, strangers can also mirror you if they want to be comfortable with you. If you want somebody to be comfortable with you, you can mirror, and you can mirror through the words, which form 7%. ये तो communication का फंडा है. 7% of conscious efforts, 38% of unconscious efforts through the tone. जैसा कोई बोलता है वैसा ही आप बोलना चाहेंगे ना, right? Then of course your body language, right? So this is all about rapport building. So if if a person speaks softly, you tend to speak softly. If somebody is lowering the voice, you tend to lower. Okay, and exclusively in sales and interviews and leaderships, and particularly in team events, this comes very handy. Okay, let me see. Oh, I've got too many slides, but let me just see what could be more useful to you. Yeah, I was talking about deletion and distortion. Okay, deletion means when you do not like certain idea, you totally delete it from your perspective. Okay, now the question is it necessary? Depends on what is your context. Is it wise? Depends how you
Probably.
want to use it. Yeah, how you want to use that particular deletion. If a certain thing is making you unhappy, you may delete it completely. Okay, so no problem in that, right? But distorting, how can we be sorry here, distortions, this is a part of the meta model which says that certain patterns, okay, they can be twisted. Okay, and you can customize, जैसे हम लोग कुछ भी programs को customize करते हैं, like we customize a card, Canva. What does Canva do? Canva helps you customize your feelings and customize your information. So that is also a distortion, but it is beautifully done. It is done in a very creative way. So here also, if you want to bring in some change, you can just twist it, okay, which is technically called a distortion, but it should not put you in trouble. Okay, as long as your distortion is not troubling others, use it very wisely and very fruitfully. Yes, generalization is something like you can always, people have this view, world view, वो तो ऐसा होगा, people from Bhadrak are like this, people of Balasore are like this, generalizing comments, इसको थोड़ा सा हम tame करेंगे, tone down करेंगे, we all form some general views. Okay, so it's general to specific. So wherever required, try to minimize this, because what happens in the process of generalization, perhaps you are not looking at certain specific and certain nice things of the world. Okay, yeah. So guys, we have come to this point where we can understand that these techniques can help you to build in some confidence, because this is a mirror. Okay, I talked about mirroring, but NLP is the mirror that you can hold on to yourself and you can see an improved version, अपना 5 times and 5x version आप देख सकते हो using these techniques. So there will be definitely a great improvement in confidence. You can better communicate because you have started to understand what is world knowledge, what is intra communication, what is intercommunication, what are states, what is VACOG. There will be a higher productivity, definitely, because if you are using this, you will definitely bring in some changes to the company or to your surroundings, and you will have a better focus and clarity. Brain fog जो होता है वो एकदम से मिटने लग जाएगा. आपको क्लैरिटी मिलेगा कि आप कोई काम को किस तरह से कर सकते हैं, and how you can use this techniques, how you can anchor and you can achieve something. So your focus will be sharpened and your clarity will be enhanced, right? You can use NLP to understand some of the deep rooted feelings and emotions. Like, for example, if you're feeling sad, why are you feeling sad? Okay, what is it that is making you feel sad, and can you reframe it? Okay, if something is making you sad, think why, what is that which is making you sad, identify that and reframe it. Okay, use an anchor, feel good about it. Don't you can disown or repress one emotion, the negative emotion, and you can upskill your positive emotion. Okay, and yes, see, it is mentioned here, at least somewhat, from how does the thing look from my perspective, how does the thing look from the other person's perspective. So respecting the window of perspective of the other person is definitely something that is needed for a greater image of yourself. Okay, and you can really take a control over your life, your activities, your actions, right? So this is what yeah, you can understand the patterns of people. Okay, it's a great way to understand, because अभी आप कुछ बोलने से पहले सोचेंगे. पहले क्या होता था, आप बोलते थे बाद में सोचते थे, अभी सोचेंगे फिर बोलेंगे, a little conscious. Okay. So it is a step to become more self-aware. Definitely, victory will be yours. I'm sure, because it is all about the self journey. It is about the inward journey. It is about to be exploring your own self and achieving whatever your heart desires, your mind carves, and your body gets ready to achieve that. Yes, academic success definitely, because it will help you to be more organized, to be more polished, okay, to be very sharp, to be more cognitively aware. Okay, so definitely this is a very useful and handy science. You can use it for your project presentations, particularly when it comes to public speaking and public presentations. Okay, because looking from the perspective of the others is very important when you're dealing with the public. You can become, very, very sparkling in your campus placements, because you have the advantage of using the anchor and reframing things, and having the suppositions, presuppositions. Okay.
Mirroring the interviewer.
Yeah, absolutely. So that can actually give you that twist. Okay,
Exactly.
and also today everybody is talking about the leadership. Today, if any term is prevailing in the market, it is leadership in technical teams and giving your organization that kind of a pro touch. Okay, so if this is understood and followed, okay, it can become very magnetic in your professional career. All right, so you see the stairs, boys and girls present here. So it's time to see, take the journey, climb the stairs, escalate your professional journey, elevate your soul, go higher. And yes, let's bloom with NLP. Thank you so much for being so patient despite of the hour. I also have my hourglass and it is continuously, you can see. I don't know if it's visible. Yeah.
And now
Uh,
it's visible.
I have not been able to toss and turn it, but yeah, it is doing its job. And yes, thank you so much. Anytime you feel any personalized attention, I'm always there for you, because I'm a practitioner. I'm a life skills coach. I'm a life purpose coach, also purpose coach. Beyond my professional, designation at this place for the time being, I'm also a thought process re-engineering coach. Okay, so anytime you feel any help regarding any of the techniques, we can always reach out to me. And before I end the presentation, one video I wanted to show. Will that be fine enough, Rishabh? If
Yes,
I
ma'am. Absolutely, ma'am. There's no problem.
and
You can,
yeah, and then you can ask questions.
for
So
sure, ma'am.
yeah, I will just stop sharing this one and I will put it up. Yeah. Meanwhile, you can have your questions ready for me.
Yes. So if anyone has any questions regarding the session, please do ask your questions and to the ma'am and uh, have your queries cleared.
I need to show a movie bite. So I do have to go back to my window, right? Or the entire screen.
I think entire screen, but I don't think so. The audio will be the audio will be present. Like I don't think so. The video will be audible.
Oh, is it?
I think so because no.
For audio, you can say a single window of the browser.
Yeah. You can only you have to show it from the browser only. We
Yeah,
cannot show.
from the browser.
Yeah,
So
from the YouTube. Is it
yeah,
on YouTube? Oh,
yeah, it's for YouTube.
then it's possible. Then it's possible. You can just
Okay.
share.
So let me open the Chrome tab, it says, and let me see if I'm able to make it. Yeah. Yes. Have you watched this movie? Anyone by any chance?
No, ma'am, I haven't yet. I will sure watch it.
Oh, not this one. Sorry. This is a very popular movie. Uh, just a second. So you have not heard about Jaguar Paw?
No, ma'am.
Uh, sorry.
It's fine, ma'am.
The skip ad. Where is it?
I think it's a reaction video.
Yeah, it seems like.
Ma'am,
Uh,
can you please tell me
yeah,
like,
I got it. I got it. Just see this one. Is
yeah,
it
okay.
visible?
Yeah, it is visible, ma'am.
Is the audio coming to you?
Uh, Not actually, ma'am. The audio is,
No, ma'am.
it's not audible, ma'am.
Not audible?
No.
Uh, for audio, you can share the single window or
Yeah,
single
yes, ma'am.
tab,
The single tab,
and
yeah.
there will be option of share audio also.
Uh, uh,
Enable
uh,
that.
Ma'am, if you don't mind, ma'am, Vinay, can you do that? You can just copy see the which video is it, and you can just
Yes, yes.
show it.
Just you can type Jaguar Paw introduces himself to, or you can just type Jaguar Paw declare scene. And can the video be shown from your end?
Yes, yes, yes. It's possible. Vinay, are you doing that or
That's lovely. That's lovely.
okay, ma'am.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Great. I'm doing it.
Okay, okay, Vinay. Thank you so much, Vinay.
Yeah. So should I stop the
Yeah,
sharing
yes,
now?
yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Meanwhile, when Vinay is doing its work, please
Yeah.
everyone, if you have any questions, you can like keep this in your mind and you can ask to questions to directly the ma'am.
Yeah.
And actually, the session was very it was actually I was actually understanding it very in a better way because last like, okay Vinay is joined okay because yesterday I was studying about natural language processing, the AI version, and it is quite similar because you have to intertwine your machine models in the same way, just like
Yes,
brain.
absolutely. Because this system,
Yeah,
the the computing world and the human world, there is an interface.
yeah,
There has to be. See, it's just like the movie Avatar.
exactly,
There,
ma'am.
yes. So there is, there is a scene in Avatar where uh, the girl teaches the boy. Okay, in the first one.
Yeah,
Okay,
how to ride the horse and with the help
how
of
to ride the bird.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, the dragon.
so that she has to she helped him to connect with a cord वो bird के साथ तभी वो उड़ पाता. So
Yes, ma'am.
it's just like that. It's an interface. It's all about the neural network. So here's the human, the real brain network. Okay, but yes,
Mm,
programming is important. You have to program and reprogram. That is what will pace up.
absolutely.
So anybody with that video?
Yes, ma'am. I think yeah, Vinay is doing it.
Okay. If
Yeah.
possible,
What's the title, or if
Jaguar.
anyone has link?
Jaguar paw. Jaguar paw. Declare scene. You'll find this protagonist, Jaguar Paw, is diving to the to the waterfall.
I have DM'd you, Vinay.
In case there is a technical glitch and we are not able to proceed with it, Apocalypto. Atul, it is Apocalypto. Apocalypse is a different movie. They come from the Hollywood origin, but Apocalypto. It's a beautiful movie. This is a classic movie, and this is, yeah. This is something very usually sought after, particularly in my sessions. Yeah, that's it. Let's watch this.
L'anno chicchettano. Mazzocchi! Jack! Ujalle tynytskään! Ne tiedon, että on klassataan sitten. Ikävää Jack! Tonalle! Ne on kanssa itseään! Ei pala jana solo vaje! Jälon päälle on kessikään! Kotelees!
Kosit. Useme simbali. Utsokoleka bakbastik. Mambatik. Kaputsukiton. Mamalo.
Okay. Yeah. Vinay played it, right?
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Vinay, can you do one more favor? Can you just play same movie? Just type Jaguar Paw in Fear. Jaguar Paw in Fear.
Okay.
Because I don't want you all to miss the connection. Okay. It will not take more than 2 minutes, since that we have been here for some time. Let us not miss the spirit of, and I want you to analyze how NLP, how you can see the world through the prism of NLP. Jaguar Paw, Fear. Fear Scene, Apocalypto. Okay, this is okay. This is another scene. Okay, this will run longer. Yeah. What I was looking for was another video. Okay, fine,
Ma'am,
fine.
like there's a scene I found. So is this? Okay, I'm sending this to Vinay. Vinay,
Uh,
can
this one, this one, this one. Yes, yes,
yeah,
yeah. Just
this
play
one.
this. Yeah, just play this one.
Bashagat. Bashagat. Tenettunet scanso nahanen te casa.
Okay,
La
pause
casa
here, pause here, and take it ahead. More ahead. More. Considerably more. थोड़ा और आगे. I think this scene. Okay. Okay. और आगे लो. Stretch. Yes. थोड़ा पीछे. Little back. Yes.
Down.
Yes.
Kaksaki. Lehti opsaja.
थोड़ा पीछे. Just it's coming up.
Pasta villatio.
Ainatik.
Saki. Down. Kaksaki. Lehti opsaja. Tiovleena. Tavila. Saki lo. On pelko hanea. Lelela kujoku tikusta. Lelela tsokan. Kaskunta. Uetanna kielakusta. Tene maaten Jesus utian uilatsit saakli. Hosta poksieka. Matasekin tikahtalo. Saastaki. Jank moet täällä paattu bob.
Okay.
Tukilit. Kashila
Stop
kibalo.
it.
Täällä
We're
toni.
done. All right. Thank you, Vinayam. Thank you, everybody, Rishabh, to play this particular video, because this is a vital part of my presentations. I have been not just a fan of the director Mel Gibson, but the whole of this movie rests upon a very, very philosophical idea of NLP, though it is not sectioned as an NLP sort of movie. Okay, now you saw two scenes. In one scene, actually, this is happening like, first it was a fear scene. If you watch this movie, and please do watch this movie at least once in your lifetime, okay? And then it was that scene. So you see the transition. You saw how this man, young man, Jaguar Paw, he happens to be the son of this leader of the tribe. Okay, and at a certain point of time, he was so innocent, very playful, and very fearful. At a certain point of time, see how he got feared just by sensing that there is somebody. He was very sharp, but he was very fearful. You could say a little bit of chicken hearted person, subdued with his valor. Okay, but when everything is devastated, and when he's been attacked, his family's been attacked, he's robbed, his father gets killed, his child gets taken away, abducted, what happens? He undergoes that transition, and he starts doing NLP. He starts talking to himself. Okay, there's a very famous self auto suggestion. Okay, it's not over until I win. It's not over until I win. So this is what, the resonation is like. Okay, and he declares, he takes the deep dive from the fall, and he declares. Okay, जब वो ऐसे ऐसे करते हैं ना कि I am Jaguar paw and all that. So this is the physiology. This is his psychology and the physiology. What he is doing, he is reframing. His fear is nearly gone. He's come out of it, and he is giving an open challenge to these people who are killers. Okay, and after his life. Okay, so this in our real life also it can happen if we can reframe, if we can have an anchor. So यहाँ पे तो anchor नहीं दिख रहा है, but अगर आप वो movie देखेंगे तो his anchor was his little child, his little baby, and his beautiful wife and his father. Okay, so they bonded very well, and the anchor was the image of his child, and the upcoming baby which was about to be born. So what I'm trying to say through these video clips is that NLP is something which is in and around us. Only we need to understand the command that we need to give to ourselves, so that we can take some very intelligent decisions and serve the greater cause of humanity. So now I am all yours to take the questions, and it has
If
lasted
anyone,
long.
the session is already so long. I think it's very exhausting for ma'am as well.
Oh,
So if anyone has any questions, please ask ma'am directly. Ma'am is more than
I'm not
happy
at
to
all
answer.
exhausted, I must say. I'm more super excited to plan my next session. So you can always ask me questions.
For sure, ma'am. For sure. Ma'am, before that, if anyone has any queries related to
Yeah,
NLP
sure,
or
sure.
manifestation, because it comes under a same tree like mind coach or anything like to forming a habit, or any questions that I need to ask you, where someone can approach you for that, like are you on LinkedIn or something like that, so someone can approach you over there in on any platform.
Or to me.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, very much. I'm available over LinkedIn. I'm available over Insta. I'm available over Facebook. And you can DM me. You can take my WhatsApp number. And so very soon I'm going to start my YouTube channel also. I had already initiated, but then I was planning a construct. So very soon I'm coming over that as well. But yeah, over LinkedIn, it's the best platform as of now.
For sure, ma'am, like congratulations on the YouTube and all the best, ma'am. I think
Well, it's
it's
just
going to be
coming
a
up.
great, yes, ma'am. It's going to be a great initiative
Thank you.
and it's gonna help everyone. So if anyone has any questions, please ask, ma'am. Ma'am
I can
is
understand it's cross dinner
yeah,
time.
that's why, ma'am. Ma'am,
Sleepy souls, I can see. Uh, it
okay,
will.
ma'am, if anyone has no question, I have one question. I might
Sure,
trust that.
sure.
So what I have understood like from the whole session is that you have to continuously understand the stimulus you are getting and what reaction you are getting from the stimulus. For example, certain stimulus can give arousal to certain emotions, and we have to understand that. For example, if someone's giving me a, for example, someone is taunting one particular thing, it giving me a sense of anger, so then I have to reframe it.
Yeah.
So I have to understand the anchoring, then have to reframe, and then have to act.
Mhm.
Right, ma'am?
No, actually, it is not like that. Okay. First of all, a very important part of NLP is VACOG. Okay,
Back off.
being aware of your sensory acuities. Okay, we call that sensory acuity. VACOG. So visual, auditory, kinesthetic means anything touch. Okay, and auditory, okay, and gustatory. So if we are aware of our senses, we will be more aware of our emotions also. Okay, like for example, in while we do some breathing exercises or when we are hitting the gym, okay, so we are consciously studying our body. We are conscious about the steps that we are taking, 10,000 steps, 6,000 steps. Then we are conscious about the dumbbells. Okay, so if we are aware of our physiological state, if we are aware of our psychological stimulus, okay, if we are aware of our VACOG, okay, we should also be aware of our emotions. And we see, it's a pattern. If you start getting to know yourself better, day by day, finer, day by day, then you'll understand that one particular environment is triggering something, one particular emotion is triggering something in you, one particular physiological state of your body is triggering something. Okay, so it is all about knowing better on yourself and knowing better of the other persons, and moreover respecting the world of reference. It is called the world of reference, very important. हम लोग क्या करते हैं ना, झट से किसी को आंसर दे देते हैं. Just take a pause and think why the person said like that. Okay, uh, and watch the body language of that person. Try to mirror it. You know, mirror neurons होते हैं. Like अगर कोई गुस्सा हो रहा है, so उसके mirror neurons आप तक आ रहे हैं, तो try to identify what is exactly making the person infuriated. Okay, take a pause. Okay, allow that person to, like, pause. From your side you pause and allow the person to pause. Ask the, that this is you could say a revolutionary stand that you can take when you are tackling fury. अगर आपको कोई इंसल्ट करता है या आपको कोई जोर से ऊंची आवाज में कुछ बोल देता है, straight look into that person's eye and say, sorry, did I hear you right? Well, so what you're doing, you're giving a pause. आप दोनों के बीच जो भी disagreement हुआ, so that is known as a disagreement frame. So you're giving that person some space. Okay, so it is all about getting to know or being more aware of your senses, of your own internal representation system. Okay, and once you understand that somebody has his or her interpretation and representation system, definitely you will not fail to step into the shoes. So that is how being aware can help you.
Got it, ma'am. So it's like we have to practice this day by day, and then
It
it's
is it is a practice. It is a self practice. It is like having you yourself as the guinea pig.
got it, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay.
you have to start treating yourself not as a guinea pig. Sorry, that was on the lighter mode. But
Uh,
yes, respect your individual existence and respect the frame of reference.
Absolutely, ma'am. So I think there are two more questions left, and then it's
Sure,
all.
please.
So one question is
I
very
also I also saw some questions popped up in the
yeah,
chat.
those questions.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
one question is the
yeah,
NPL is pseudoscience, while the psychology is a science. Why
yeah,
is there a difference between the two? And if NPL is a pseudoscience, how does it work?
yeah. NLP.
Sorry, NP. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
no
don't know.
problem. It happens. It happens. Okay, so anything for a change. You see,
Hmm,
कभी दूसरा रास्ता लेके देखो. There is something called as a neural pathway. You, when you are traveling in the same road for years together. It's so boring. Kabhi dusra rasta leke dekho, you will just find that world is so beautiful. So MPL is fine with me. But yes, let me answer. NLP is a pseudoscience, while psychology is a science. Okay. Yes, it's a pseudoscience because, as I told you earlier, that if you consider this as a science, it will be a science. It's as easy as that. That means pseudoscience means it depends on your faith. It depends on how you see it. Okay, pseudo का मतलब क्या होता है? It's not false. It's not always false. Pseudo means alternative. It's an alternative science. Okay, people usually confuse pseudoscience as a false science. It is not false science. Pseudo means another, double. Okay, alternative science. So this science comes with belief systems. Okay, and psychology is something that is mostly proven. Okay, although psychology is again something which is mostly challenged. There are various segments of psychology. So we have the gestures, theoretical practices and all that. But NLP is you can say it's a new science, way back, it generated way back in 1920s. Okay. So it is emerging science, new science, and a science which needs faith. It's just like a spiritual kind of a thing. Okay. So it is and if NLP is pseudoscience, how does it work? It works as per your understanding. It works as per your acceptance of that as a science. Anything you want it here, you just give it and it will start working.
Okay, ma'am.
Why is no one loyal to themselves nowadays? Oh, okay, that's a tough one, but I'll take it. Yes, no one is loyal to himself or herself these days.
And ma'am, if possible, I think because of the time constraints and the constraints of the college, we cannot exceed the video after 11:15 something. So we have to close it.
Yes,
If it possible.
absolutely,
Yeah, ma'am,
absolutely.
because it's also being live streamed on the YouTube, so we have to end it otherwise.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah, ma'am. So we have to. It's
All right,
on
yeah.
meeting time.
But I will love to take this one. Why is no one loyal to themselves? Because no one wants to be loyal to themselves. Okay, it's a wish, okay, that no one fulfills. It's a self prophecy that no one wants to know, no one wants to explore. It's just like FOMO and FOFO.
Yes, ma'am.
Fear of missing out, and the new one is FOFO, fear of finding out.
Finding out.
You don't want to really explore yourself. You don't want to know yourself because something will come out of it. That's why you're not loyal. That's why you don't want to venture.
Incredible, and it's actually true very much. Like we have to first loyal to ourselves, then only we can understand someone else. It's very important to understand ourselves first, and then we can.
We need the courage to see ourselves.
Yeah. Amazing session, I would say, and the session is going fabulous, but due to time constraints, we cannot go further this. So sorry, ma'am, on that.
Absolutely,
And
no problem.
And thank you so much once again, ma'am, for being here and make us understand such a deep and intense topic, such a better way, in a such a way, so that anyone can understand it. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Atul, for bringing ma'am on the board.
My pleasure entirely. And thank you for having me here on this session. And
My pleasure.
I've loved to take all the questions that have come up on the chat. But yeah, you can always reach out to me over LinkedIn. And I think this is just the beginning. The meaning of the word apocalypto is a new beginning. So we all have our world of NLP. We all have our great beginnings, great ends. And I always believe that every great end is the new beginning. Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you, Rishabh, amazing moderator. Thank you, Atul, for actually having me here. It is because of him that I was able to construe this. And thank you. Lovely evening. Very intellectual evening. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. My
My
pleasure.
pleasure.